I am not your father.
Wouldn't it be better if like he was like, hey, Luke, I'm your dad. Hey, how you doing, son? He was like, he's like a nerd.
He's huffing helium instead.
Luke, I am your father.
That's really good. Oh my god. Oh, let's do this thing. And welcome to Carnival Cruising Podcast Ways, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything Carnival cruising related. My name is Trevor Shelby, and joining me on this crazy cruising adventure is my good friend Thomas Kennedy.
Yar, hardy har har har. Do 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 do.
Yardy har to you, sir.
Har.
I really thought about doing this in a pirate voice, but
well, you know, I figure at least one of us had 2 minutes yesterday with Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yeah.
Yar, what's a pirate's favorite cruise line? Carnival. Har 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 har.
Oh, that was great. That was a good joke.
It fit along with the
Go
podcast.
to facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways and vote if that was a good joke or not.
Hey, that was an excellent joke. Okay, I don't care what y'all say. If you laughed, it's good. If you say you didn't laugh, you lie.
Yeah, well, or maybe not. Maybe you didn't lie. Anyways, how have you been, Mr. Kennedy?
Well, I mean, I guess it's been pretty good. I mean, you know, yesterday was Talk Like a Pirate Day. I got to talk like a pirate all day at work. They actually encouraged me to, you know, which most other jobs in this company has said, well, if you talk like a pirate, we'll fire you.
It's good to have that encouragement. So
I don't know if it's good or not. I mean, what's that saying about me?
Well,
you're
outgoing.
In a meeting, you know, they bring up as International Talk Like a Pirate Day, and I'm like, yes, it's my favorite holiday. Hardy har har har. They're like, we figured that. That's why we brought it up. Har, yes. You didn't want to walk the plank, did you?
Oh man, I think they should make another sequel to Long John Silver's and call it Long John Silver's Returns Again.
I mean, I had nothing against the first one. It's that second one you made me sit through that really killed that whole movie experience, because I actually had to read that book in as a child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got it around here somewhere. Man, that was a movie though. But you know what? You know what's good is we never have to watch that ever again.
No, we don't.
Oh man.
Not unless you sent the hard copy to Talk Like a Pirate Day people instead of the link to the YouTube.
Yeah. So. I did not. But the no, we had a pretty good Talk Like a Pirate event. We've talked about it before, where we ended up on talklikeapirate.com or talklikeapirateday.com.
Yeah.
Like anyways, we were on their front page because of our shenanigans, and we got some good. We riffed the entire movie.
We got some good publicity out of it too. I mean, that was one of our biggest episodes. I think.
Yeah, they were eager to work with us on that one. So that was a lot of fun. And I especially like the opening that we had done.
You did that all on your own. That was amazing. I mean, I still don't know how you did that.
it was a lot of editing and engineering, and it was really cool because we had multiple pirates, and
they were all Trevor.
It was all me, but it was a lot of fun. I kind of recreated a teeny tiny bit when we did our Talk Like a Pirate Day event for this show, and we had multiple sound bites and everything of yours and stuff. So
but
that's when we're on the other platform and I could just hit a button and make things do things that I wanted. So so much fun.
But I don't know. I mean, that show was, I don't know how we pulled that show off.
I don't either, man. That's a lot of fun. That's something that we should revisit someday, especially like maybe when we're getting further on with this podcast and we maybe do a Patreon or something and figure a way around getting copyright striked.
I mean,
2 seconds.
It'd be easier now. I mean, with the setup we have now, as opposed to sending everything back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a feat of engineering. So anyways. So this week's podcast, we've got actually we actually did something that is quite unique. We
did.
We planned out this episode. So
yeah, we haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about just a little bit about this glitchy situation that's going on with Carnival.
And this glitchy situation had like everyone in an uproar.
Yeah,
I mean,
uproaring, and man,
it made the system crash. I think Facebook went down because of it. Dogs and cats getting along. It was crazy,
man. Glitches be tripping, man. So
Facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcast Voice. See, was that joke funny? I don't think so.
I thought it was. I don't know. So we got that, and we're also going to talk about, this one's going to be fun, I think, is cruising on a budget. We're going to go a little more extreme style than we've done in the past. Talk about, you booked this cruise, you paid so much money, and now you're broke. So
I mean, I am the king of this. I mean, this is yeah.
So we're going to talk about some tips and tricks there. So definitely check that out. So let's start with these glitches, man. This has been some crazy news going on.
It started off with Carnival's website showing double the fare of the original, and people just freaking out. And it just turned out that they were advertising the double occupancy rate, and whenever people went to check out, it actually split that price. So
right. So when you were pulling up the actual cruises, it was showing ridiculous prices, and it looked like that was per person.
Because in actuality, per person.
Yeah. So it looked like it was per person, but then it ended up, you click into it and you realize you're splitting in half. It was also showing the taxes and port fees and all that stuff. And so it was kind of giving you the full price. Like, seriously, this is actually something that I've wanted for a while.
Because I mean, you look at it, you're like, oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
And then you add on $300 for taxes. $300 a piece for taxes and port fees, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But I don't know how many cruises I've given up on when I've gone in and looked at it and been like, oh, this looks like a great price, and I priced it all up, and I'm like, never mind. Never mind.
I think I'll stay home and just glam it up.
Yeah, exactly. So what John had posted And this was just the other day. He goes, this is what he posted as an update to the issues. He says, wherever you are, I know that we had some problems yesterday with the website. I wonder here underneath this post if you could tell me what problems you're still having so I can report back to the Beards. I know the pricing was incorrect, and I know some of you were having problems finding your booked cruises and using the deposits. If you could give me an update, then I'll collect all the problems and send it back to the Beards. So it sounds like, they're just kind of crowdsourcing right now with what the issues are. If you see any more issues, definitely report it to John Hild and they can get that sent on up. Right now, like I could tell you, I've looked pretty closely last couple of days of my cruises, and I didn't notice anything on my end as a problem, but I wasn't looking to book a cruise. I'll put it that way too. So,
well, I've also seen in places where people were saying that they couldn't make a payment. Like one person was saying, "This is the day I'm supposed to make my final payment, and I can't make my payment. It's not letting me."
Mm-hmm.
So it is a much bigger problem than what was originally reported, and I believe they've got everything situated, or at least
kind of
there.
Yeah, I get that. Oh man, that would be a stressful day, wouldn't it? Just you gotta make that last payment. Let's go on there and website down. Oh crap. Now, this is coming off the heels of announced website updates that they were having. Yeah. And they had warned that they were going to be down for a few days or for this or that. So hopefully the majority of people were able to get their payments in before all that happened. But I get it. Not a lot of people are on a very fixed budget. So
fixed budget.
Yeah. When hey,
that's a good segue.
That's a good segue in today's sponsor. So that really wasn't a sponsor, by the way. Just so you know, it was a commercial break, but they're not really a sponsor. So whoever it was, we're not sure. That was something,
it was something your podcast provider put in.
Yeah. So technically they're sponsor. So, and we get money from it. We don't have a yes or a no in it. So just
we don't get
cover all bases
out of it.
I don't know who's advertising on our show.
They're probably looking at
scary thought, isn't it?
Whose podcast is this? They only get 300 views a week.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, that is a good segue into our next wonderful topic, man. We've got cruising on a budget. That's going to be the majority of the show, guys, because we got a lot to talk about here on ideas and things. And let me preface this with Mr. Kennedy. When he first introduced me to cruising, I would overspend and blow my budget and put myself in a hole that I'd have to crawl out of and pay for over the next coming months. But Mr. Kennedy, he's really good about setting a pretty darn good budget and sticking to it. And so,
except for my last two cruises, I
I
really went overboard there. But I can generally, on a 7-day cruise get by with $400.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's that's going to the steakhouse if I want, or getting drinks, but that's without the drink package as well.
Yeah. Well, and the reason I bring this up is because I'm going on a cruise here in November. And I am going to be on a extreme budget. So like when I say extreme, it's extreme, man. So I will be documenting and doing some video and stuff of the cruise. So we're going to be seeing a lot of cruising on a budget videos coming up soon on my channel, but some things and so as we kind of go through this, if you feel like I'm off base, then let me know. And listeners at home, if you have any tips or tricks for cruising on a budget, why don't you head on over to our Facebook page or facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways and post them there in the group. And so let us know what you do. So
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
So you're extreme. You're going extreme.
Mm-hmm.
One good way, if you're wanting the specialty dining experience, you can get, the steakhouse or something in the main dining room. It's actually cheaper than going to the steakhouse.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
I mean, you can get they have those steakhouse selections.
Mm-hmm.
They do cook them just like they do at the steakhouse. Actually, I think they bring them to you from the steakhouse.
I'm looking at it right now. Okay, this is just so everybody knows. $23 as opposed to what is it, like 40?
No, it's 60 now.
$60. Okay, so you can get the surf and turf, which is the lobster tail and grilled filet mignon, a 9-ounce premium aged beef, a broiled filet mignon, a 14-ounce New York strip steak, and or double cut grilled lamb chops.
Ooh.
So there you go.
I love lamb chops.
I'm not a big fan of lamb, but I could do some lamb chops. Yeah. But I'd probably have to go with the New York strip.
The New York strip. I mean, New York strip isn't my first choice of steaks. My mm-hmm. first choice of steak is, of course, a ribeye. If a ribeye isn't yours, you better be going porterhouse. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
So,
well, of the options that are given, I think New York's okay.
Yeah, I'd go with New York strip or the lamb chops.
Yeah.
The one time I actually ordered a steakhouse lamb chop meal was at Mickey Mantle's in Oklahoma City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
That's
they had an appetizer portion, mm-hmm. and of course they had the entree portion. Yeah, and I had ordered the appetizer portion with a side of risotto, and they charged me. They brought me the entree portion, and when I got my bill, I was like, "Holy cow!" Is it that I don't want to do dishes.
Oh man, that's funny. Did they explain, or did they understand?
They understood, and they were like, "Well, why didn't you tell us this was?" I was like, whenever you got it, I was like, "I've never eaten here before, so I didn't know what the appetizers portion was."
Right, exactly.
And so they actually gave it to me at the appetizer portion price.
Good.
But
good.
I was like,
sounds like them.
I mean, Mickey Mantle's is like a high-end steakhouse, and I was like, well, crap, I just made a fool of myself in this high-end steakhouse.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty good place, and it is pricey. It is very pricey.
Very.
So yeah, that's actually a really good tip. One thing that I was kind of thinking of, and just to save a little bit, is on this particular cruise, I was looking at hotels before. This is before the cruise. So was looking at hotels, and hotels in Galveston this weekend is insane. And it has to do.
What weekend are you guys going?
It's in November. I don't know. It's early November.
So it's not the Dickens and the Strand Festival then?
No, it's a biker festival.
Really?
Like a biker rally.
You should bring your cafe racer, dude.
No, dude. I'm not driving that thing that far. I would die. So No, so what I decided was I changed my flight, and I'm breaking my number one rule.
You going in
And
on the day of?
I'm flying in on the day of, so I don't spend $300 to $400 on a cheap ass hotel. So,
well, why don't you usually do what you usually do and stay in
Texas City is just as expensive.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. It is really, really expensive. So I have decided to blow it off, and I'm flying in the day of. And so luckily, I'm taking the first flight of the day. And so I've got a little leeway. I'm supposed to get in super early, and it's a very, very short flight. And so,
Yeah, I mean, Oklahoma City to Hobby is only like a 45-minute flight.
Yeah. The main thing that I'm happy about is, since it is the first flight, the plane's going to be there. I mean, unless we hit other technical issues, I should be okay.
Red eye flights are generally empty too.
So,
well, except for the one that I took to Houston a couple years last year. I mean, that red eye flight was full. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, this I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I've also booked the transfer, so I've got that set up for me, and so I won't have to worry about paying anyone else or paying Uber fees in the drive. So I've got that covered. And so that was my first like budgeting idea that I came up with. The other thing is I'm gonna limit myself on the type of extra food things I can do.
Yeah.
So main dining, pretty much. I'll probably steal your idea and do a steak one night. I may do like a night or two getting sushi or something along those lines. But
well, I mean, I don't know about you, but sushi for me, I end up like spending like $40-50.
Yeah, I don't spend that much. So I can go with like a roll or two and be fine.
Because I can do a roll or two plus some sushimi and nigiri and all that stuff, man.
I won't go all with all that. I'll be good with just a couple rolls probably and call it good. Also, I could try some of the other stuff, but not everything's super expensive. So try a little bit. The excursion wise
is easy. Make your own excursion.
Yeah.
Because one, you can generally at most ports you can find a taxi. They'll give you a deal for per person. They'll take you around to sightsee, and you don't have to do a massive thing. Right. Or you can just walk around the city, which I've done many times. Just walked around the either the duty free area or left the duty free area and went into the city itself. If you end up staying in the duty free area, you do end up like buying stuff because of all the shops. But when when we went to Bonaire, I had my knee had went out that day, and so Gary, Teresa, Reese, and I and Mom, we all hopped in a taxi for the entire day, and she took us around everywhere. She gave us a flat price.
Nice.
So
that's really nice. So my itinerary for this particular cruise that I'm talking about, my first stop is Costa Maya.
I have never been to Costa Maya.
Yeah. Costa Maya, I've been, I think, maybe once before, and I'm really not sure what I'm going to do at this stop, man. I haven't decided yet. I would like to do as cheap as possible. I kind of want to eat something local in every stop.
Yeah.
And
generally the the local restaurants that are like mom and pop that aren't the tourist trap stuff like Senior Frogs and stuff like that, they're generally really cost friendly.
Right.
I mean, and if and they all take American money because they just take it in and have it. They either take it to the bank and have it exchanged, or they just give it out as change. Later on, whenever the other tourists come in.
Yeah, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is just to go in cheap and find something local, kind of hole in the wall, and experience some local flavor. See what I can do there.
Well, I mean, you get that here anyway. I mean, it's Mexico.
Yeah. The next stop that we have is Belize.
Ooh.
You got to see it to Belize it. And so
you better believe it.
Yeah. So I know there's a few things you could do nearby the actual port there. Now, every time I've been to Belize, I've always had a tour. I've never been able to just walk around and explore. I think that's what I'm going to do this time. There's the big Belize sign that I think is nearby.
There's one in the duty free area, actually.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to kind of go around and just kind of see what I can do.
I think that the Tender Island's open. It was supposed to have opened already.
I'm not sure.
The new cruise port Tender Island, where the ship actually ports and then you tender from the island to the mainland.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
That's supposed to have a duty free area as well.
Okay. I'll check that out and kind of see. I kind of want to get out of the duty free areas. I want to kind of venture out a little. So we'll kind of see. There are so there's something that I've every time I've been to Belize, there's something I've seen a few times, and every time I see it, I'm like, ooh, I want to try that, but also it may be extremely gross. I don't know, but they have these carts. They're serving street food. And the guy always talks about you can get different food like tacos or just whatever, and you get 3 of them for $1. I'd like to go try it. So
you may not be eating meat.
I don't know what I'm eating, but we'll find out. So
if there's no cats or dogs around, know what you're eating.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of stuff that's right around. So in Belize, I may actually do my own little walking tour kind of there.
Yeah.
So I know it's not the best area to do that, but we'll kind of figure it out. My last day or last stop, so besides heading back to Galveston, is Cozumel.
Yeah, we've been to Cozumel so many times.
I know, so many times. So
that's a stay on the ship day.
Normally, maybe, but this time, this is what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna go. I'll probably do something that's not super cost effective. This is probably the one time I'm gonna spend a little bit of money. I love going to Three Amigos. Three Amigos is my go-to spot. That's where my Cozumel girlfriend is, and so I'll go visit her. And
you need to see if your password still works.
Yeah,
the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly.
Password.
Yeah, make sure Wi-Fi still works. They haven't changed it on me. And then I'll get some cool video there. I've kind of thought of some stuff that I want to do, and I may venture out some. I was really thinking about rolling the dice and getting some prescription stuff.
I've done that before, but now they're kind of cutting down on what you can bring back. They want to make sure you have a prescription for it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go out, venture out, roll the dice, see what I can do. Now I keep saying roll the dice because man, there is some counterfeit medicine out there. You got to be careful. So
in Cozumel, I mean, I've walked around and stuff like that. There's a lot of street vendors. Between Carnival's port and the other port that houses the rest of the cruise lines, and there's a lot of vendors. There's a lot of street performers and stuff like that. So I mean, that's a good walking tour. There is one place that I have kind of wanted to try there,
Yeah.
but I've been too afraid. They have a Chinese restaurant right across from the port.
Where's this?
It's you exit out of the port, and it's
Which
you hang
port?
at
In Cozumel?
Cosmo, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You exit out the port and you take a right. You go about a block and it's right there.
Oh my
And
God.
I've seen it like several times. I'm like, do I really want Mexican Chinese food?
Oh my God, dude. You're sending me on an adventure right now. Oh my God. That would be hilarious.
I don't know if it's still there because we haven't ventured out that way in a while, but
Yeah.
it was there for a good 4 or 5 stops of that I've been there.
I'm pulling up the cruise port right now as we speak. So
Yeah, but every time I've always talked myself out of it.
yeah, I can see that too, because I would be worried. Oh man, I would just be worried. But it sounds like an adventure.
It's not too far from the port. I mean, it was only like a block away, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got the port here.
Are
So
you looking
now,
on Google Maps or something?
yeah. Now I'm doing a search for Chinese food. This is disturbing.
Did you find it?
There are 3 what is listed as Chinese food restaurants across the street from port. There's Fulin Chinese Restaurant and Bar. Then there's another one called the Chai Asian Cuisine. This is hilarious. This may be what I'm doing. So, oh my God.
So right outside right in front, there's a Tokyo, Bali, Manila restaurant buffet. So that's a Filipino, Japanese, and Thai buffet.
Wow. What is it called?
It just says Tokyo, Bali, Manila restaurant buffet.
The thing about Costa Maya, if I remember right, is the way the port is. It's like you walk a ways into an area that's like just like shuttle buses and everything, and then you're like the town that you're kind of going into is like it's like a neighborhood almost when you're walking through.
It's kind of like going to what's that other place? It's a port that I really don't like. It's in the Yucatan. It's usually on 5 days with Cozumel and Progresso, yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. I mean, this one it's a little different, but I don't know how safe it is to go walking around, but that may be what I end up doing. And so
I think that's the one that has a big pool in the middle of their duty-free area.
yeah, they do. So, but yeah, I mean, I may just stay in the duty-free area and have a good time, but I do, like I said, I'm going to venture out. There is a couple bars that are nearby that I thought about going to. So we will see. So anyways, besides, like other ways that you could save money excursion wise is maybe do something like we've done already, is pair with somebody that's not with Carnival that you're comfortable with, that you know is going to get you back on time.
That you want to do some heavy vetting. It's not like you just pick. Well, actually, I did pick someone off the right off the ship one time.
Right, but you always end up with a pretty decent experience.
Yeah,
you do want to watch out for scammers. That happens when you're going right off the ship. You're going to go to a taxi or someone and say, "Hey, I want to go to such and such beach," and they take you to a completely different beach.
And you want to avoid that on like in Jamaica. In Jamaica, the best way to get around is the hop on, hop off.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
one price all day.
But that is one place. If I was going to Jamaica, I'd probably stay on the boat. That's how I'd save money there. How to save money in Jamaica? Don't
don't just don't get up.
But
because you may get accosted coming back on the boat by a band.
Yeah, that's not the only reason. But I'm just not a fan. Not a fan of Jamaica.
Boy, mom is, because she can haggle those people down.
Yeah, well, they're willing to do it. So
here, let me show you my art. Yeah, we saw that at 3 doors down. Same stuff.
Yep,
exactly. Same made in Taiwan sticker that you said you made yourself.
Too much, man. So okay, with saving money on a cruise, if you're going to be dining, like I said, stick with main dining as much as possible.
Main dining, buffet, as much as Trevor hates the buffet, buffet's a good place to eat. I'm
probably going to end up there on this cruise a little bit. So I've got to just accept it. If you have, there's some of the eateries have lunch options that are free. And so you can kind of get a sneak peek at their dinner menu by kind of sampling the free lunch. If you
have a sweet tooth, you can avoid the coffee shop and just go for ice cream or go to Lido Deck, and they usually have their sweet stuff out for, the evening, like cookies, and I think, they may have cakes or something. So
yeah, you could also, instead of getting something like the soda package, you can just drink the sweet tea.
Or you could just bring your own soda on. You can. Everyone in your party is allowed 1 12-pack of cans.
What are you saying? You trying to recommend me not to drink the sweet tea?
Go talk to Josh about the tea on the ship.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with the unsweet. I don't have a problem with the unsweet tea in moderation. But with as much as I drink tea,
yeah, me too. That's what I have right now. It's a big giant cup of tea, and I drink tea all the time. And I am very stickler when it comes to my tea. So
also something that a lot of people don't know is if you run out of your 12-pack, you can refill at the ports.
Yeah. Oh, that good idea. Man, you're just filled with them.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do. So I need to bring a little bit of money to refill my sodas. So how much is the soda package, I wonder?
The soda packages used to be $25 a day.
I am pulling up drinking packages as we speak. So for this, it is for an adult $9.50 per day. And
so you're looking at 7 days, about $70.
Yeah. So if I were to pick up a 12-pack on the first day, how would I do that? I could purchase that before I get on board. And then
you're going to purchase the 12-pack?
Oh, I'm flying in. Before I get on board.
Oh, you're flying in.
I'll have to navigate that issue.
Or you could. When's your family getting in? Same day.
Same day. Well, they're in the day before.
Have them pick it up.
Okay, I could do that. So they could pick it up, bring me my 12-pack of soda, and I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyways, I'll be getting on board with a 12-pack of soda. Then by the time we make our first stop, I'm definitely going to need refills. So probably pick up my first 12-pack in Costa Maya, and then probably again in Cozumel, because that'd be my last stop before we get on out. You know what? I could, though, since every stop, I could just make a point at every stop, get a 12-pack.
Yeah. And get some unique flavor of soda, like Cosmo.
Yeah, good idea.
Cosmo has an apple flavored Pepsi that was really good.
Okay. Man, you're broadening my horizons, sir. So,
dude, that's what I do.
I know. So that's what I'm gonna do then. Too bad I couldn't get a bottle of wine at every stop. That would be nice.
that would be nice. But unfortunately, you have to give it up if you get it at the port. Mm-hmm. But you still, if you don't want to buy the alcohol package, buy a screw cap bottle of wine, and
and not and just unscrew it real easily.
Well, not after you get on the ship, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm not saying I've never done it. I'm just saying you shouldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that wouldn't be a bad way to do it there. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing.
Yeah.
So not bad, man. So, the other things that I'm going to try to do is this is going to be one cruise that I'm not going to be getting tons of gifts for people. And so probably just Megan. And so I'm thinking, I get a free gift.
You're going to re-gift your platinum gift.
I get a free gift because I'm platinum. And you know what? Megan is a platinum gal, and I'm gonna get her.
And she's platinum too. She's already got a bum bag.
I'm gonna give her my platinum gift because she's not going on this cruise.
Well, yeah, but she's already got a bum bag. You're gonna give her another one.
Yeah,
because they haven't changed it yet.
That's fine. At least I was thinking of her.
Wow.
But there are things like I'm not going to pick up any souvenirs on this. I'm probably, I'm not going to buy the photos and stuff like that. I'm going to take my own photos. So
you're a vlogger. Of course you should only buy your own, take your own photos.
Hey, I bought a photo on the last cruise, on the vlogger cruise. But it was the photo that nobody else bought. I went ahead and bought it. It was the group photo. So
I wasn't in that photo, so
no. But
we went to barbecue that night.
We wanted to hashtag Where's Thomas. So
we went to barbecue that night. That was it was an okay barbecue for free,
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna go light on that. I'm gonna avoid the photos. I'm not gonna buy the lanyards. I'm gonna bring my own lanyard. I'm just gonna
use lanyards. I just keep it in my pocket.
Nah, I use a lanyard. So I ever since they started peeling, I got a lanyard with a little pouch, and I put it in the little pouch.
It's still they didn't have that problem on the last cruise, but on the cruise, back after the restart, they were peeling even in the lanyard with the little pockets.
No, it wasn't, because I did it a couple times.
My mother
mine didn't peel.
My mother.
Okay, your mom. Your mom is using that card more than any other person on that damn ship. She's running that card in and out of machines left and right. You can't compare that to anything. Okay.
Wow. Just call my mother out. Why don't you? Damn.
I love her, but can't compare that. I keep it in the little pouch. The only time I pull it out is when they're like, you need to pay for that. I'm like, oh, put my, I guess so. And that's what I do. So
I just pull it out of my pocket without
Yeah, and
Showing,
it's peeling everywhere, and it looks crazy. And
I don't feel the need to show off the fact that I'm a gold cruiser.
Yeah, that's
Unlike
right.
you
shouldn't.
Well, my next cruise, I'll be platinum. So
how embarrassing!
My next cruise, I will be platinum. You little craphead.
But I like you know that scene from Wayne's World where they're walking around and they got the backstage passes and they're like hold them up. That's what I do. Oh, but yeah, no. So
denied.
So, any other ideas on saving money?
Don't go to the casino.
Don't go to the casino. That's not hard for me. I won't be doing too many things that cost money. I will probably go to an IMAX movie just because the experience on that is amazing. Besides that,
I think that's all. I mean, there are just about everything else on the ship is free. So
Gary showed me a cool trick with some mouthwash. So we'll see what we can do.
The last time you tried that mouthwash, it didn't work.
I know, but he got it through. So, anyways, so that seems like about all we got for today. So thank you guys for listening. Definitely jump on over to our Facebook page over at facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. We got the group and we got the page. Join them both. We also have the Speak Pipe page. Go to speakpipe.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. And there you can leave us a voicemail. We'll play it. That'd be a lot of fun. Anyways, just know that you're unique, you are special, and you are loved.
And remember, anything that happens on the ship stays on YouTube. Bye.
Save the foosball tables. See ya.